Ben 10 mom say this. Thank you, my God, for not leaving my son. You cover him. Red heart emoji. Well, good for her, because he ain't gonna be able to walk no more, according to rumors. Ben 10 paralyzed. They didn't make it public yet. I'm gonna catch your name and pick out when I post this. Okay, bro, please. So, LOL. I don't want to be in none of that BR mess.
Ben 10 is now reportedly paralyzed, and Jay Prince Jr. could potentially be facing arrest over the situation. The son of one of hip-hop's most influential figures may be heading toward legal trouble after someone close to him is now hospitalized and unable to move his legs. On April 8th in Houston, at a restaurant named Confessions, All-Star Jr. was trying to leave the building. Jay Prince Jr. allegedly found out he was there, made a phone call, gathered his group, and directed them toward the elevator. Ben 10 arrived out of loyalty and was struck multiple times. Now he is unable to walk, and Jay Prince Jr. could soon be dealing with serious legal consequences. Here's what is said to have happened inside that restaurant, who was present, how things escalated, and why Jay Prince Jr. may still face charges despite not directly firing a weapon. Let's break it down. To understand the situation fully, we need to step back because many people may not understand the background behind these names. Let me explain briefly. First, Jay Prince Jr. If you know Houston's rap scene, you know the Prince family holds major influence. His father, James Prince Sr., built Rap-A-Lot Records from the ground up. This label introduced artists like the Ghetto Boys and Scarface, and helped shape some of the biggest names in Southern hip-hop. The Prince name in Houston is widely seen as carrying generational influence. It's not only tied to the music industry, the family is known for deep connections and a reputation that extends far beyond entertainment. Jay Prince Jr. has been building his path under that powerful legacy, but his name has also come up in situations outside of music. Reports have previously linked him to incidents in Miami and public confrontations involving finesse 2 times. Now his name is connected to one of the most serious events of 2026. Unlike past online speculation, this situation involves surveillance footage, eyewitness accounts, and a man who is currently in the hospital and may suffer long-term consequences. Next is NBA Ben 10, whose real name is Ben Anthony Fields. He is affiliated with NBA YoungBoy and part of the Never Broke Again collective. Those familiar with YB's circle know it is large, loyal, and known for a strong reputation. Ben 10 has been a long-standing member and a respected figure in the Baton Rouge street rap scene, not just an occasional associate. That is why his involvement is seen as more significant, as he ended up caught in a situation many believe he should not have been part of. The third individual is All-Star Jr., real name Jeremy Ford, born February 6, 1994, in Detroit, Michigan. He grew up on the West Side's Joy Road before later moving to the East Side. All-Star Jr. gained recognition with the Detroit collective All-Stars Ball Hard alongside artists like T. Grizzly. He is considered an established street rapper from Detroit, a city known for its competitive rap environment. He has released multiple mixtapes and built a solid reputation. On the night of April 8, 2026, he reportedly showed he was ready to defend himself. These 3 figures are the central focus of this situation, which took place at Confessions restaurant on the 3200 block of Kirby Drive in Houston, Texas, late Wednesday night around 11:30 p.m. With the key individuals identified, we can look at what is being reported about how the situation unfolded. This incident appears to have started long before Confessions, with tensions building earlier between the people involved. According to circulating accounts from multiple sources, the dispute is said to involve a personal issue connected to a woman, specifically linked to All-Star Jr.'s child's mother. It is also alleged that Jay Prince Jr. became involved with this woman, and there are further claims suggesting he may have shown aggression toward All-Star Jr.'s child. It is important to note that these are unconfirmed allegations, but they are being described by some as the possible trigger for what later happened. When personal conflicts mix with street politics, especially involving family, they often escalate beyond online talk. The situation reportedly unfolded while All-Star Jr. was in Houston, and regardless of the reason for his visit, both sides ended up in the same city at the same time. Reports suggest that once Jay Prince Jr. learned All-Star Jr. was at Confessions that night, a call was made and people began gathering at the location. Among those who reportedly responded were Ben 10, an affiliate of YB, along with members linked to the mob ties circle. Looking at the situation as a whole, it is said that a member of Houston's influential Prince family allegedly coordinated a response after learning a Detroit rapper with an ongoing personal issue was inside the building. The plan, according to these accounts, was to confront him near the elevators as he was reportedly attempting to leave, which many people see as a key detail in how the confrontation escalated. All-Star Jr. was reportedly on his way out of the building when he was stopped near the elevators. According to accounts, he was surrounded, with multiple people rushing toward him at once, attempting to grab at his chains, throwing objects, and overwhelming him in what appeared to be a chaotic situation. Despite everything happening around him, All-Star Jr. reportedly remained composed. Let me pause here because it's important to visualize the moment clearly. One person being crowded by a group inside a restaurant, eventually taken to the ground, with pushing, movement, and items being thrown. From all accounts, it initially looked like a completely one-sided situation. But then the situation reportedly shifted. During the chaos, an item dropped to the floor, and someone from Ben 10's group was allegedly in possession of it. In the middle of the struggle, it ended up on the ground. All-Star Jr., who is said not to have been carrying anything that night, picked it up. From that point, the entire dynamic inside the restaurant reportedly changed in an instant. At approximately 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 8, 2026, Houston police responded to reports of a serious disturbance at Confessions Restaurant on Kirby Drive. When officers arrived, they found a scene of confusion and panic.
3200
Two
Kirby Drive
individuals were
at the
reported
Confessions
injured,
nightclub,
with
just
Lieutenant
behind me
R.
upstairs.
Wilkins of the
It's
Houston
a
Police
bar
Department
slash
later addressing the
restaurant
media
type
and describing
location.
what investigators
Tonight there was
observed.
probably,
One
I don't know,
person
20,
had
30 people in there and
injuries
several
to the upper
servers
body,
and everything.
while the other
Got
had
some pretty good
injuries to the
video.
lower body,
We got two victims on the
including
scene right
legs
now.
and
This is a
arms.
shooting. We got two victims.
Shortly after, people in the area
Let's see,
began
one's been
sharing
shot
different
multiple times in the
versions of what had
torso,
taken place.
probably in his late
Within hours
20s.
of the
Another
incident,
one's been
reports
shot
began circulating that
in
one
the
of
extremities and the
injured
lower
individuals was
extremities, and
NBA
also
Ben
all
10.
throughout his arms and everything
Early
several
updates
times.
describe the situation
He's
as
probably in his
serious,
mid-20s.
with
They're
claims
both
that he was in
transported to
critical
local
condition
hospitals
and
right now, and they're
receiving
both
intensive
in
medical
very
care.
critical condition.
As
So,
the story developed,
my name is Lieutenant R.
concern
Wilkins,
grew further as different
W-I-L-L-K-E-N-S.
sources started suggesting possible long-term effects. There were also rumors that the injuries could have lasting consequences, although nothing has been officially confirmed at this point. His family and team have not issued any detailed public statement regarding those claims, but people reportedly close to the situation have been speaking out. At the same time, the lack of recent updates, no new photos, no direct posts, and nothing from his immediate circle has fueled uncertainty online. However, OG Monique, the mother of YB affiliate OG33, did share a message on Instagram confirming that Ben 10 is conscious and asking people to stop spreading false reports about his death. That clarification is important. He is alive. Still, being conscious does not automatically mean a full or quick recovery, and that distinction is what many people are focusing on. Meanwhile, All-Star Jr. reportedly left the location after the incident, continuing as the investigation and public discussion around the situation developed further. All-Star Jr. got up, moved, and left the scene. This is a detail that many people have overlooked in this discussion. From a legal standpoint, his actions could potentially be viewed as self-defense. He was surrounded, outnumbered, and the situation had escalated rapidly. Reports suggest he reacted in the moment to protect himself using what was available. Houston authorities acknowledged early in the investigation that self-defense was being considered as a factor. At the time of this reporting, no arrests had been made and no charges had been filed against All-Star Jr. That detail alone has generated significant conversation. This is where people began looking at the bigger picture. Many believe the situation was more complex than it initially appeared. The idea that it was purely about a chain does not fully account for everything that led up to that night. There were already existing tensions, personal disputes, and reports of prior issues between those involved. Some claim that certain individuals were informed about All-Star Jr.'s presence at that location, raising questions about how events unfolded the way they did. These remain unconfirmed claims circulating online. However, the broader legal point is important to understand. If a person organizes a confrontation, assembles others, or sets a chain of events in motion that results in serious harm, the law can hold that individual accountable even without direct physical involvement. This is precisely why investigators examine the full sequence of events rather than focusing solely on what occurred in a single moment. The law recognizes concepts such as conspiracy and felony liability. If investigators can establish that someone organized a group and directed them toward that confrontation, the legal consequences could be severe. To put it simply, if the condition of any injured victim worsens, anyone proven to have played a role in setting those events in motion could face serious charges, regardless of whether they were physically present during the incident. Online reactions grew significantly when footage surfaced showing certain individuals at the scene, confirming their presence. When that footage is considered alongside reports of phone calls, possible motives, and the group that assembled that night, it forms a timeline that authorities will examine closely. Houston police have confirmed the investigation remains active and ongoing. No official suspects have been publicly named, but surveillance footage from confessions is expected to provide a clearer and more accurate picture of exactly what transpired. Meanwhile, public debate online has focused on where responsibility truly lies. Some argue that multiple parties contributed to the tension that evening. Reports of prior disputes, rising conflict, and existing personal issues suggest that the buildup involved more than one side. However, from both a legal and moral perspective, what matters most is how the confrontation was initiated and how it unfolded in that specific moment. The difference between starting a confrontation and responding to one can significantly influence the direction and outcome of a legal case. The events at Confessions on April 8th sent immediate shockwaves through the hip-hop community, and as more details continued to surface, the impact of that night is still being. First, the Mob Ties situation. J. Prince Jr. has been developing his Mob Ties brand and circle for several years, with many Houston artists and figures aligning themselves with that movement. However, following this incident, serious questions are being raised. How many situations have gone wrong due to close association with J. Prince Jr.? Online discussions have noted that this is not the first time his name has appeared near serious incidents. The Takeoff situation comes to mind. Takeoff, a member of Migos, was killed in Houston in 2022, and J. Prince Jr. was reported to have been nearby, though he faced no charges in that case. The point being made is about patterns. When the same name repeatedly surfaces near serious situations, the conversation naturally moves from coincidence toward accountability. Second, NBA YoungBoys camp finds itself in a complicated position. Known tensions have existed between YB's circle and the Prince family. The fact that Ben 10, a figure connected to YB, was present at that location adds another layer of complexity that many are still trying to understand clearly. Third, there is All-Star Jr.'s position in all of this. The Detroit artist came to Houston and walked away from the situation while others dealt with serious consequences. From a public perception standpoint, that outcome quickly shaped a narrative, particularly in street discussions where people tend to interpret events based on surface-level appearances rather than the full context behind them.